Okay. Oh. Uh, okay then. Okay. I didn't actually intend to come down here to film. I'm exhausted right now. I'm breathless. Breathless. It's a Dio song. I think it's of Breathless. Last in Line. I've undertaken a task, a mission of sorts, which has become exhausting. It's about all the past footage. And the Midnight Charlie Man, Patrick here, this might be an intro. I got down here and realised I didn't have both the chargers are upstairs charging. And I thought I'd just use this light. I didn't intend to actually, I came down here for a mental break. For the last 12 hours now, last 24 hours, I've been looking at all the footage. And all that backup archive footage I had has become a burden of sorts. And I may introduce it this way. This might be the intro, but maybe. 2019 at Glebe house sitting, and I did a lot of filming there, and what I probably should have done on the spot was look it over. Oh, is that good? Is that not so good? Is that okay? Is that not okay? And upload it straight away. But instead I decided to be quite a bit, I'm so tired at the moment today. And instead I decided to be somewhat more, talked about it 100 times. The grand montage and the sentiments of Jay. I was putting together things in a big way. That didn't work out so well. All the archive footage. I'm sifting through it now. I'm sifting through it, and I'm choosing a few clips. I'm choosing a few things to wrap it up, so that I'm going to move on from it completely. And it's a bit painful to go back to. It's like looking at old photographs and whatnot. And it's a bit. I'm so tired at the moment. It's a bit. It's exhausting to go. It's exhausting to look at. It's a bit painful, and I'm deciphering what I think is entertaining, what I like, and I always try to salvage things. So I'm sifting through it now, and so that I can wrap it up very soon. And I mean wrap it up before the end of the night, if possible. I'd like to do that, and so and also not to be too difficult on myself either. I'm not criticising myself. I backlogged myself. Just wasn't putting the footage up as I was filming it. Now all this footage got all that footage. Choosing a few pieces to put up that I think might be entertaining, just so I can put them up, and yes, and so I can get back on track. I think I was speaking with someone yesterday, and they said, it's you, it's raw footage, it's your truth. Why are you editing so much? And so I do edit a bit, and what I'm trying to do now is I'm filming and not editing at all. I'm trying not to edit at all. Because I did way too much editing. Done way too much editing over recent times. I'm used to that light being on. I'm used to that light belting me in the face, but it's not because I just came down here for a mental break, just to have a sit down here for a few minutes. I brought the camera in case I decided to film. And the Glebe footage and also the Joshua Street footage I'm looking at from Goulburn, the Glebe footage, and this might be an introduction to that. My gosh, just exhausting. Wow. Because I want to move on with things. And it might end up being 8 pieces of footage. That's it, and then that's done. That's actually done then. Wow. And I look back at my stuff and I think, oh, that's embarrassing. That's awkward. That doesn't make sense. What was I trying to say? What was I trying to convey? Because I improvised a great deal of it. And sometimes I would never admit this before, but sometimes I'm stuck for words, and I'm searching for a word, and I'm being stuck, and I'm thinking, oh, what descriptive can I use? What word's next? What am I going to say next? and so yes, and a bit straight. End of year pressure. It's end of year pressure. 16th December, December 16th. End of year pressure always gets this way. Yes, yes. The end of year pressure. Yes. So in case I do use this, here it is. The following. Glebe. I'm not being hard on myself. Sometimes I am. And I did edit this. I think I did edit it. I did edit it a bit. Been working on it today. Been working on it today, so I'm able to move on to this now. Not forgetting what a wonderful studio I have in here now. What a wonderful studio I've created. What a wonderful studio I have in here now. Love it. And so not forgetting that. And what a wonderful studio I've got in here. Wonderful. Yes, it is. Indeed. I am currently, I can't even say, I love old photos. I love looking at old photos. I can look at old photos for hours. And sometimes they give me good feelings, sometimes they give me bad feelings. Love looking at old photos. And I think the issue that I had with all this old footage is that at the time I didn't put it up, and looking back on it now it's a bit heavy. I'm actually working on it at the moment though. I'm actually working on the Glebe footage. What happens is, I'll say a bunch of things in camera, like I'll improvise, and then when I watch it back I'm like, okay, that doesn't make sense, that makes sense, that doesn't make sense, and now can I mould it into a story? And so what I'm doing upstairs at the moment is moulding. It's much better once I put something into Shocker. Once I put something into Shocker, and I thought maybe I might have to edit this a little bit. I'm editing it, and I'm getting through it, and I'm moulding it, and I'm actually becoming happy with it. So that's good. And yeah, so I start with the raw material, and then I just mould it. Because I'll be watching it back, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any poetic sense. I can't get away with that. It doesn't. It sounds weird, and I'm like, no. Yes. I'm annoyed by that. I'm a little bit annoyed by that because it wasn't really charged in the whole. It's on 99, but it's not charged. Yes. Oh, and it's 10:30. That's right. It's 10:30. It's about 10:30 p.m. And I thought I'll come down here now and do this because I probably won't want to come down here later. So I just thought I'll come down here now and do this. Yes.